and welcome back to Second Take Movies, a podcast where we give movies a second look, a second chance, second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me is my co-host, Jake Twido.
Hey.
We are back after a week off. And
Yeah, my fault. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you for that. I'll let you
We're
know
co-
I did not get shot in Chicago while I was
That's
gone.
good.
So, yeah,
That's always good.
But, yeah, it's nice to come back from a good vacation and watch X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. This is like the most... We were talking before we started recording. This is the most aggressively mediocre movie
Yeah.
I've seen.
I'm blanking right now. We watched something that was just like the worst movie we've ever watched because it was just so boring. We couldn't even talk about the movie at all on the podcast. Hardly.
I think it was Death Note, wasn't it?
No, it was before that. But this replaces whatever.
Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Yes. Yeah. This replaces that as bland.
Hashtag justice for Johnny.
Hey, dude. Oh, man. Okay.
Update.
Preston, this is my favorite part of the segment of the podcast. You heard what Heard said.
Heard be dropping turds.
Heard is a turd. I saw a segment today. Like, apparently she leaked a video to TMZ.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't even know how to leak stuff. And like 30 minutes later, she's like, oh, if I wanted to leak something, I would have done it so much better than this. I would have done
like
it
the way
so
you
good.
leaked it.
And dude, Johnny Depp's lawyers, like, I love it. They're just like, so you're telling us you know how to do it then? You just said under oath you didn't know how.
Right.
Or the guy that was her witness looking at the cell phone pictures that had definitely been photoshopped. And the guy's like, the metadata says it's the same picture. It's been altered. And he's like, under oath, you admit that? And he goes, it has not. 10 minutes later, he's like, could have been. Like, that's perjury.
And then there was that psychiatrist that her team brought in that was like,
yeah, she doesn't have PTSD.
Camille
And
Vasquez. Oh my God. Yell at me all you want, lady. Gosh.
And this concludes our segment of Heard the Turd. Back to our segment.
But the last thing we'll touch on about it. Did you see the TMZ guy?
Is that the guy that insulted her?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. She's like, this is your 15 minutes of fame. And he's like,
same
you
about
took
you.
this case. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I don't like TMZ, but in that moment, I was rooting for it.
That guy, right. He got my respect after that. Like,
yeah, money.
Yeah.
I guess like I guess I'm used to like criminal lawsuit courts, like stuff like that. Not this.
Yeah.
So you can say a little bit more stuff and it's okay. But it's still
like
shocking.
If this was a murder trial, you couldn't have like comebacks and
oh yeah, they would haul you off, man.
Stuff. Yeah.
That'd be I don't even remember what the charge is, but yeah, you'd get hauled off.
But
no one in this movie got hauled off. They all got paid and cried the whole time while Disney let everyone know they're done.
We pivot to our subject of today, which is X-Men Dark Phoenix, and the story is Jean Grey begins to develop incredible powers that corrupt and turn her into the Dark Phoenix, causing the X-Men to decide if her life is worth more than all of humanity.
I know. I love X-Men. Like that, I love it. I'm so tired of this story. You know, like the 90s cartoon was dope. They should have never done it again. They hit it out the park. Leave it. Who cares about this?
And also, my problem that I've had with all of the X-Men movies, Charles and Eric are enemies through the whole movie and then become friends at the end. And then in the next movie, they're enemies again immediately.
Yeah. And I don't know. There's a lot of this. It's like, I have to imagine they realized they were getting bought out and just said, F it.
Well, yeah, when they were making, they were in the middle of making this when Disney bought Fox. So,
yeah.
And they reshot the entire ending.
Which, I'm not going to lie, man. I watched this and went, I don't Doctor Strange 2 spoiler. So anyone listening,
You
just
should have
10
seen it by
seconds,
now if you
20.
wanted to.
Yeah, it sucks for you. Yeah. Seeing Patrick Stewart in that movie, hearing the theme, I got
Yeah.
amped. I was like, yeah, I want X-Men. I
Which
watched this and said, I don't want to see it. I'm good.
they never did that through the entire run of these X-Men movies. They never used that theme once.
And I think that's part of my problem. Like, why wouldn't you tap? That's their theme. Like,
Like, not
granted, the
just
score of this is phenomenal. There's
yeah.
3 things that made this movie. It's McAvoy. Oh my gosh, what am I?
Fassbender.
Fassbender, Zimmer. That's it. Nothing else.
Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer, man, he did the score.
He just does everything, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's a beaut. I mean, like it is. I like watched it. I forgot. I didn't know he did it, and I started listening again. I watched it today, and I was like, "That's Hans Zimmer. That's
Yeah.
definitely Hans Zimmer." And it was like, "Oh man, this is incredible." What a bad movie for him to do, though. Like,
Yeah.
give me some positive reviews though, apart from my bashings here.
Well, the most positive review that I could find is by Jim Vavoda from IGN. And he says Dark Phoenix is ultimately yet another fumbled take on the classic saga from the Marvel Comics, albeit one that side plots of The Last Stand. Hold on. Albeit one without the side plots of The Last Stand. Added to the jarringly uneven latter half and some underdeveloped cosmic villains, and Dark Phoenix is fortunate to have not fully ended the X-Men's current big screen run on the completely down note. Which I would
Yeah, when
disagree with
that's your
that.
best positive review. Yeah,
It's like
that's
after
you
20
can
something years, like the franchise just went.
just skip the negative because that's already should
Well,
tell you enough.
Jake Cole from Slant Magazine said the film is all too fitting whimper of a conclusion to a franchise that never remotely fulfilled its potential.
I think did you like the first trilogy X-Men movies?
I liked the first 2 movies.
I did too. I didn't mind them. There's stuff that I wish they did different, but like overall, I think when we talked about garbage. I don't even remember. We talked about one thing that's like this was previous to Iron Man. Like there was not a lot of superhero movies. So you're watching them and it's like this is the stuff, man. This is it. But I don't know. Yeah.
This is the first movie that was not reliant on Wolverine, though, of the X-Men movies.
I love the quote of why. Hugh Jackman and what is
Patrick
Game of
Stewart?
Thrones girl's name?
Oh, Sophie Turner.
Thank you. Their age difference was so much they couldn't
Yeah.
do it. Which I'm like, yeah, but haven't you already set up that Wolverine's kind of immortal?
He was
never
already
dies.
like 100-something years older than Jean anyway. But
And
I guess for the actors themselves, it would have been.
That's cool, but let's talk about Magneto and Charles Xavier and Beast. They don't age. It's the 90s.
Yeah.
They look like they did in the 70s.
Yeah, James McAvoy looks the same way he did in X-Men First Class.
Which I'm going to go and say it again. Hey, that guy.
That's the best X-Men movie, by the way.
First Class?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. It was good. But McAvoy and Fassbender, there are not many people that can act without talking. There are so many facial expressions the two of them give, and it's just like, wow, that is incredible. And then 2 seconds later, you've got the Dazzler dancing, being an idiot, and it's like, this movie doesn't know what it wants to be.
Right.
This movie should have been 2 movies. Should have been like the end of X-Men Apocalypse. Should have had half this movie, and then the other half should have been focusing on other stuff. But like the movie starts, and you get the backlog, which every superhero, their parents die in a car crash.
Oh yeah, of course. You have to
So
kill the
wonderful.
parents.
But then you get to, you get the shift to the space launch. Man, it goes so fast. Like I feel like in a normal movie, you'd spend 30 minutes building up to go into space. But no, this is like we're going to space. Someone says we can't do that. They still
Yeah,
go.
it's and he has a phone. It's an X phone that's connected
Oh,
directly to the president.
Preston, what president is that? I
Who
know it's
knows,
alternate
man?
history, but like it's like a Reagan Clinton matchup. Like he's
Right.
smoking cigars and not shoving them somewhere. Sorry. I caught that on the tail end and slowed it down.
And like, oh shit.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
but this is weird. This is the first X-Men movie that I don't the comics I should remember. Like X-Men are celebrated in this movie. Like they're
yeah.
the Avengers, and it's like when did that happen? What the heck? Like
Sometime between Apocalypse and this movie. Like,
so that messes me up. Like I'll go ahead and get my nerd stuff out the way. I'm just waiting for the X-Men movie. That's the like Genosha stuff and the Sentinels and like they're in prison. Like
which
give me
hopefully
all
with
that stuff.
Marvel Studios, I think we will
Yeah. Yeah,
hopefully get that.
I'm hopeful. But it's just insane, man. That whole go to space thing,
Yeah.
all that seems garbage. And look, definitely a fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's an okay actress. She's a great actress
She
in some things.
was done with this franchise.
I mean, like you
You can
watch her
tell.
performance. Her character is
I mean,
done with
she's
life.
trying, but she's not like
She's trying to let you know she's done.
she's putting in effort acting wise, but like she's done.
I forgot they killed her off, and it was like,
Well,
oh
they
yeah,
showed that in
that's
a
right.
trailer when this movie was coming out. Like that was in a trailer.
See, I got confused because I was like, oh, they're going to explode Charles Xavier. That was another X-Men movie.
That
But
was in Last Stand, I believe.
they also being a nerd again, when was Mystique, Raven, whatever, when was she ever a good person?
Just in that first class continuity.
I don't
And
get that crap. Like,
that was before she got Hunger Games.
was it really?
Yeah, First Class came out right before Hunger Games. And that's when she
Okay.
blew up. And after she blew up, Fox was like, "Oh, we can't make her a villain." That's what I think.
Yeah, screw that. They should have like
We've got
doubled
Jennifer
down on it,
Lawrence. We
man.
can't make her a villain. Which nowadays that's not a thing, I think.
Don't kill the Mockingjay, Fox. But you get that stupid. I mean, like, I got so annoyed. If you can't tell, I didn't enjoy this movie, but
Yeah.
I got so annoyed right away. That space mission. You've got Quicksilver. You got Nightcrawler, which Nightcrawler and Gambit. It's my favorite too, and Cable. But you got those two guys in space.
Yeah.
Why can't all this stuff be resolved in an instance? There's no question. So, like, and also Quicksilver, this movie sucks for him. They make him an idiot. They make him Chris Pratt in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's barely in this movie.
I don't know, man. Like some of the previous X-Men of that series, some of the craziest things was him doing stuff. And it's like, this is awesome. So you belittled him right away.
How are they breathing in that ship, though? Like, because they make a big stink about, like, it's not meant for, like, space, but once it gets into space.
Nightcrawler and Quicksilver are just like breathing in people's mouths the whole time.
I guess. Like,
you don't see it because they move so fast, but that's what's going on.
It'd be poofing back and forth between this out of control spaceship, and it's just like, all right. I was kind of excited, like when I remember when I first saw this movie, not when I watched it the other day, but it's like, oh, we're finally doing space stuff with X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot they went to space. Today I was pumped. I went, oh man, I forgot this is going to be good.
Yeah, they went to space a lot all the time, like at least on the cartoon, like the animated series, like they went to space and
which
actually
easy plug. Watch that entire 90s cartoon run apart from the last season when they changed animators. Is remarkable, man.
Which is getting a continuation with the original cast and everything.
Oh, I didn't know it was the original cast
on Disney Plus. X-Men 97.
I didn't know that. I knew that was coming, but I didn't know. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Which I think that Xavier in Multiverse of Madness is that Professor X.
God, man.
Probably.
I mean, I wish his head didn't like balloon pop open.
Yeah.
What a sick. I mean, like.
But one thing I did like about this movie is Charles Xavier is not this, perfect guy who's like a Gandalf,
Oh yeah, dude.
He's arrogant
I
and
loved it.
way more like Professor X from the animated series and the comics. Like he's smart and likes to show people he's smart, and he's got a little bit of a temper.
Yeah, he's not omnipresent. He's not God. I love watching this. I'll say this for this. And again, I'm going right back to James McAvoy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's his stuff, the writing, but like, man, like later, it's like, yeah, Charles Xavier's kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
Like he
has child
is
soldiers.
not perfect. Yeah. And I kind of wish they touched on that harder. But
and is he adopting like the younger children like Jean Grey when he picks them up? Is he adopting them?
Man, I think they just go missing.
Okay.
I don't think he adopts them.
But I think somebody knows that he has them. Like I feel like somebody has to.
I think for Jean Grey, yeah, I think he adopts her because the family's dead. So
gotcha.
Takes her, but the other people, like other kids that he kind of takes in, I think it's like a boarding school situation.
Gotcha.
Long-term boarding school. I'll tell you this, something I absolutely hated. Never thought I'd say this. The moon stuff. You see Storm, which. How are you controlling weather stuff in space?
That is exactly a note that I have written down. How is she controlling weather in space?
I want to make sure that I call this out, that I watched it and went, Halle Berry's in this. Because I heard Storm wasn't paying full attention, and I was like, that's awesome. I was so disappointed it wasn't her later. Not that actress didn't do okay.
No, it's that girl from X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Which Storm was a villain in that. What the hell? Like,
that's what I thought too. And I was like, hold on here. Like, I thought they, screwed that up too. But
anyway, Jean gets sucked in by the Phoenix Force.
Preston, I'm glad you picked up on that because no one else in this entire movie realizes that happened.
Yeah, like they see this fiery cloud coming for him, and then it starts going for her, and she just sucks it all in.
There's so much stupid speculation of like, maybe she's just off. I don't know. Like you saw this cloud hit her, right?
Well, I guess they didn't really see it go into her. They just saw it pass over her. And then, but there's a shot of it like getting sucked into something in that ship. And you kind of have to assume it's her, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, God. But like she gets the powers. They come home. They start. Is this where like they analyze her? Hank analyzes her, and he's like, "Your power ratings are off the chart." I'm like, "Whoa, what is a power rating? What is this bullcrap?"
There's something different in your genetics, but you know what? All your vitals are okay, so you can go back upstairs. It's fine.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Holt. I got other things to do. I'm cool. I mean, like, this entire movie seems like a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm done with this. We don't care.
I think he was as well. Like, also,
I mean, their contracts were over.
Yeah. Beast does not get to shift back and forth. I'm sorry.
No, I hate that. I absolutely, again, back to the 90s cartoon does it the best. Why? What? Yeah. That's like the reboot of RoboCop. Yeah. RoboCop. He doesn't just take his helmet off. Like, it's stuck.
Yeah.
The latest movie of it, it's like, oh, I can be a human again all of a sudden and have a family. Well, no, dude, you're a robot.
I don't hate that movie.
No, I don't either. Actually, I don't.
It's like a visor kind of deal. I mean,
Steve Spurrier.
Oh, we get back, and then Charles is like, "Oh, yay! The X-Men saved the day, and everyone gets the day off of school." And then Him
which
and
it's like 3:30.
yeah,
So
like the day's
bully.
over.
But you get that stupid party scene after that, right? Where they go teleport in the woods, slam some brewskis. You get some ridiculous cameo characters that no one cares about
Was
partying.
that supposed to be a pop singer or something? Like that was
I think they thought people were going to be excited about Dazzler.
is that who that
Like,
was?
no, like,
That's
yeah,
the
like you give us
that's who the character was.
yeah, Dazzler.
Okay.
Who cares, dude? ah.
At least they're not trying to make Jubilee happen.
Well, I was about to say, like, I think they wanted Jubilee, but no,
That
no.
actress made a good decision not being in, or either she just wasn't called
Ooh, man,
back.
she killed that thing off. But you do get the I think that's when Jean Grey goes out of control the first time.
Oh yeah.
And then you find out that Charles has suppressed or blocked her memory of her dad being alive still.
Yeah.
And that's when you get the first like, Charles Xavier, yeah, he's screwed up, dude. He's
Which is
messed up. He's not just a pacifist, he's a mess.
it's the same story as The Last Stand, really. Like he put these mental blocks on her to keep, but in that, like she already had this force inside of her. And which another thing that's confusing in X-Men Apocalypse, at the end of that, she does that little thing where she
The
walks on the
Phoenix
ledge
thing.
and there's fiery stuff around her. I was like, okay, does she already have it? But then in this movie, they go into space and then she gets it. But the X-Men movies have never been one for continuity, so
Well, and
whatever.
that's where I think like this should have been the end of that movie. They should have just left that as a cliffhanger and then done
Yeah,
this kind of, you know, like
yeah,
um Raven, Mystique, whatever. Raven sounds stupid. She should have died at the end of the last movie. And that's
yeah.
how it ends. It's
Because
like Jean Grey realizing like, oh, I've lost control.
Jennifer Lawrence was done in that last movie too. Like she's like, I
Did
don't.
she? I mean, she quit acting after this movie, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like
She's
she
come
has
back now, kinda, but
the last thing. I mean, the only thing I remember since this is "Don't Look Up" from last December.
yep, that's the first one back.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think she had a baby too. I think she got married and
Oh, did
she had a
she?
baby. Or yeah,
Uh,
she at least had one baby.
well, good for her.
Yeah,
But yeah, so she goes realizes she has the block unleashed because she's powerful now,
yeah.
and goes and sees her dad.
And he's like, you killed your mom. Go get away from me."
And you get the dumbest battle of the century, the X-Men versus Jean Grey.
Oh
I'm
my!
gonna
It
tell you,
was
dude, like they just nuke so many characters, like Quicksilver. Again, like your hero of the past ones. She neutralizes them. Like she can't move that fast. That's not her power, but
and well before all of this, we get what was supposed to be Skrulls until Captain Marvel came out.
did not
Because
realize that was what it's supposed to be until today. And I went, oh, that
Fox
makes sense.
did not know what characters they owned and what they didn't. In the
And I
original
think that
script.
should directly tell you why Fox should never have had this entire thing.
Yeah.
Like,
But in the original script, it was they were Skrulls because they were shape-shifting aliens, and that's what these are. And they never explain what race of aliens these are. They're just generic shape-shifting aliens.
they're
And also
Dabari.
the most useless bad guys in this whole movie, because Jessica Chastain just follows Jean Grey around for the rest of the movie and is trying to get the Phoenix power from her and is manipulating her, which I feel like you could still have. First of all, you have another redhead, okay? You just
Yeah.
have her be the physical manifestation of the Phoenix Force that only Jean Grey can see, and she's being manipulated by the Force.
That's when
Same
I
thing with
rewatched this. My memory coming into it was, oh yeah, there's that like person no one else can see and only she can. It's the Phoenix Force.
Nope, everybody can see her.
That would have been such a better movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you said that. Like, yeah, you got comments. We should write the next X-Men movie. We could do better than these scrubs,
Yeah.
and then we'll make
I
$10
could
million.
retire off of that. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
But
And we'll
yeah,
meet Holly Berry.
uh,
Yeah, we'll
maybe.
do it, man. You ever watch Swordfish? Oh, sorry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a callback.
Uh, sorry.
So,
Titties.
I've seen Monsters Ball too, so you know. Anyway,
Yeah, you get, but here's my biggest problem. So, yeah, Mystique, Raven, Jennifer Lawrence, she gets to exit finally. She gets killed. Preston, in this entire series, why would Jean Grey go see Magneto? Why? There's no reason.
it's you know, there's that stupid piece of dialogue where she's like, "Oh, you quit killing people. How did you stop?" All right, first
I
of
put a
all,
nicotine patch on, girl.
yeah, he's not possessed like you are,
Yeah.
and you know you are. So, like, just go fly out into space and burn yourself up and suffocate to
Also,
spare us all the rest of this movie.
Preston, how did Magneto fly in his introduction?
Okay,
Can you?
Magneto can create magnetic fields around himself, and that's what he uses
So we
to
can
lift
iron
himself.
in the air, lets him fly,
Yeah, well,
or
he
is it
can
his
create. He can. A part of his power is being able to create a magnetic field,
Okay, well,
and he
I'll
uses
roll
that
with that.
to fly.
That was a dope introduction. Is all I got to say though. That
Mhm.
like the Hans Zimmer score. It's the Magneto score that they have. Him just, no one can see what I'm doing with my hands. This is a podcast. Put your hand in front of your face and go forward. It was awesome. Like I was back in. I went, oh yeah, forgot he's in this movie. What a good actor. Please
But
be James Bond. Go ahead.
this is right before. This is right after she has killed Raven so unceremoniously, and
It's
then
almost like they wanted her gone.
yeah, or she wanted to be gone and was like, "Please write me out of this movie." But
So,
after the
problem.
funeral,
Go ahead.
okay, good. After the funeral, Hank and Professor Xavier have a discussion in the kitchen.
Is that when they have the liquor breaking bottle
Yes.
ceremony? Okay. Yeah, that was a good moment. And it's
Yeah.
like Hank has been his best friend, calls him
Call,
out, and is like,
calling
you
Xavier on
screwed
his
up.
shit.
Never has happened in any other movie.
Mm-mm.
Period. I don't know if there's been a reason to, but it's like,
Because he's been too
yeah.
perfect. Like everyone that writes these movies has written him like as this perfect Gandalf like figure.
Yeah, that's one of the only good things this movie did. Like you painted it right. Good job. Granted, the beast is supposed to be a beast when he's telling him that,
Yeah,
so it kind
he's
of
supposed to
sucks.
be blue and furry.
And wearing a Speedo.
Well, he doesn't have to.
No, wearing a Speedo, Preston.
If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to.
Do you know the island that Magneto Eric is staying on?
No.
It's Genosha.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the
That's what
movie
it was
makes
supposed to
that
be.
Genosha. Uh-huh. I didn't know that until today, and I just was like, oh, screw this movie. Like, I'm not trying to be a raving nerd, but
opposite of
golly.
Genosha.
Yeah. That was like we got to put some kind of tie-in to somewhere. There was an island called Genosha? Yeah, do it.
But after, the military shows up and she's rejected by Magneto, she's sitting in the bar disguising herself as an old man, and then Jessica Chastain walks in and says, "I know who you are, Jean, and I'm here
My
to..."
dad's Ron Howard.
Yeah. Well, no.
I thought that was her the whole time until that point.
Nah, that's Bryce Dallas Howard.
I thought it was Bryce Dallas Howard, and then I went, no, that's Jessica
Chastain. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
what a dumb, like, I'm going to tell you everything. Now you're going to listen to me. Now you're my best friend.
Yeah. You're so powerful. Let me show you my origin story. We followed this thing around. Isn't that so wonderfully boring of a backstory? I'm a nameless alien whose nameless planet got destroyed by this force. Aren't I so mysterious?
I love this the visual of there's the X-Men craft with the wave coming through, and here's our spaceships.
Yeah.
invisible range of their stuff. You just didn't see us. Like, come on.
First time director and writer on this movie.
Really? Was it?
Longtime producer of the X-Men movies.
Was
First
it
time director.
Simon Kinberg?
Yes.
I didn't realize. Okay.
Like Avi Arad with Spider-Man, he's been a part of everything good and bad with X-Men.
All I gotta say is Triple X, State of the Union. He wrote Triple X Part 2, baby.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but he produced. He's
produces
produced some good stuff.
a lot of. Well, I think he just happens to work for Fox and is a producer for X-Men, so he has to be put in the credits.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't think he's one of those
You're dead
producers
on.
that makes a decision every day
No.
about
No.
what
He's
goes
just
in the
hanging out
movie.
and partying.
Yeah, he's just
I
like,
mean, like
oh yeah,
I'm looking at this like, oh, Fantastic Four, the newest one,
yeah.
Deadpool, The Martian. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, my favorite X movie might be Logan. It's not really X-Men,
Absolutely.
but like that's beautiful, which is my problem with all this other stuff. Like you had a perfect exit of so much stuff.
Why did you keep making this movie?
Money, baby. Don't worry, the New Mutants comes out a year later, and we'll forget about how bad this movie was.
Jeez, that movie was supposed to come out in what 2017,
Yeah,
and it didn't come out till like the pandemic.
2020.
Yeah,
Yep, they released it then so people could blame the pandemic for how bad it was.
I think it was like straight to Hulu or something.
Almost, yeah. I think it was in theaters for a week.
I remember seeing
But
it.
like on demand for a week, and then it was rentable.
Wow.
But God, I mean, like that entire scene is when I really gave up on this again with the alien conversation. Then you get the New York fight. Like Hank gets ticked off, leaves, and teams up with Magneto.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not trying to be a nerd. I'm not trying to be like a yelling fanboy, but it's beast, man. Like this stuff doesn't line up from what everyone's ever known.
Also, it's been 30 years and you still look the same.
Yeah, there's some bullcrap here. Like they should have switched actors. Just should have done it.
It boggles the mind.
You get the dumbest fight scene I've ever seen of Magneto's people and everybody else. He brings the train car up, which that was really cool. But Magneto, there's like 500 cars around you. Yeah. Why did you have to do that? And I'll give Michael Fassbender some credit. So he brings that train up and walks into that hotel. And that's all practical. And stuff was like hitting Michael. The train coming into the hotel is practical.
Yeah.
And Michael Fassbender's getting dinged with stuff, debris that wasn't supposed to. Dude, cool as a cucumber. You didn't even pick up on it. I paused it, rewound it, and was like, he's getting hit hard on stuff. And he's just moseying in.
Also,
but you get...
How much would it suck to, you're a mutant and you have abilities and you get whip hair?
Yeah, they really went way out of their way to make him seem dangerous,
menacing.
Like there's a dumb frame where he like cuts up some metal bars and he's like, "I mean business." And it's like, this is stupid. Get a haircut, you hippie.
Like all we've got to do is cut your hair. Like worthless.
Also, I've never hated the character Cyclops more.
I've always hated Cyclops. He
seems like a big crap. When I was a little kid, I loved him because he shot lasers. And then I realized, oh yeah, dude, he's a
little punk, dude.
He is just a hole jock.
Yeah.
Gambit's where it's at, dude. Go down to the bayou, get you some of that crawfish, and do a little gambling, do a little bit of that.
But all these people try to kill Jean, and then people trying to, and then the dumbest moment I've ever seen in a movie, possibly. Jean, Charles is like, I will do anything to save you or whatever and protect you, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, get up and walk to me. He's like, I can't do that.
Oh, I knew you were gonna go with it.
She lifts him up out of his wheelchair and he walks up the steps like a marionette puppet.
I have not seen the cinema sins for this. I know there's one. I can guarantee you there's a comment or a joke about
A lap dance.
if probably not where I was going, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
If she's that powerful, why didn't you make him walk like a perfect human being?
Yeah, it's like
Instead, you like crip walked him the whole way up. Like,
somebody wrote that down. They had to figure out how to do it. They shot it. A lot of people looked at it and said, "Yes, that's going into the final cut."
which I have to blame James McAvoy. What a great actor. I'm sure they
Yeah.
all said, what a performance. We're going to leave that in here. It's like, no, dude, this is stupid.
It's like,
This is just
you sure
dumb.
this isn't insensitive at all? No? Okay.
That was the other thing. Like, I know I'm not PC at all, Preston, if you can't
Yeah.
tell from my many comments, but there's a part of me that's like,
There's a
and
line.
there's a line, and I think this one kind of crossed it
Yeah.
a little bit. And it's like, man, I felt uneasy watching it. Like, you shouldn't have done that.
No.
Just shouldn't have done it.
Like Deadpool
No.
wouldn't even make a joke about that.
And if he did, it'd be so over the top. You knew it was a joke. This
Yes.
felt wrong.
But this is like this whole movie feels like it's this super serious like melodrama that is to be taken seriously. As
and I think
serious as Vin
that's my
Diesel
problem.
takes Fast and Furious.
Oh, it's for my family. This movie comes out after Deadpool 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you've seen, like, to me, like Deadpool is, some nerd's gonna listen to this and really kill us, but Deadpool is an X-Men.
Yes.
Kinda. That's how I view it. Like, they're in the same universe. I know it's all Marvel, but they're in the same universe. You've got but like movie wise, you've got Deadpool, Tool. Wow, Deadpool 2. Oh my gosh. I should just quit. Leave that in.
I will.
Like, funny, play the character up perfect. And you kind of have to think, like, guys, you had incredible box office success. X-Men Apocalypse came out after Deadpool 1. Didn't do the best. Logan came out in between them. It's hard, violent, crazy. Did good. Deadpool 2 comes out. It's like, yeah, more funny stuff. This is great than this. It's like, there's no comedy. There's no lightheartedness. It's like, we're going to be a very serious drama. Doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
Watching a man walk up steps and like flounder.
Is not cool.
No.
But
Honestly, I was like, does she kill him here? She's got to kill him. Does not.
honestly, I was not paying attention at this point in the movie. Next time I look up, they're captured and on a train.
No, you know what? I feel better because I tuned out.
Yeah.
And the MCU captures them, the mutant control unit.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah. And I think that was added after the fact.
Oh, you
Of
know,
them
it
getting
definitely
purchased.
was because this was
Yeah.
being shot in the middle of the deal with.
Like, how funny is that? Like, the MCU is going to steal our people.
Because that whole train sequence was a
Good.
reshoot. Because in the
Yeah.
original script, like there was supposed to be this huge cosmic battle where everyone was going to be in space, and then Captain Marvel came out, and they were like, "Oops."
When and I'm being dead honest. There's a part that's I blacked out because it was bad action.
Yeah.
Like, none of it was good. Some of the train sequence was actually really cool.
Well, you want to know why?
Who did it?
It's a different director, but I don't know who.
Okay, it had to be. I mean, you could tell different director
It's
had to do
totally
this.
different from the rest of the movie.
The the positive thing about this, whoever was the DP or director of photography of this, should get an award. There is some awesome, in that scene especially, some fast camera moves
Mhm.
going back and forth, and I was like, "Man, this is phenomenal." I
'Cause
rewound it and was like,
everything before that, like, when people were having a conversation, is just, like, over the shoulder shots, like,
yeah."
nothing interesting in conversation scenes, like, nothing at all. But this is,
Though
like,
that entire scene, I know I just said, like, it sucked. I did just say that, but
it sucks, but it's
the
better than the
filming of
rest of
it,
the movie.
that gets it, like, a letter grade up, honestly, for me, because it
Mhm.
was incredible. Just I don't know how they shot some of that. Sorry, I have the hiccups, so I will, apologize now. But, man, it was incredible. But X-Men gives me hiccups, man, with this garbage. But, I mean, like, you get the Jean Grey's gonna have redemption and save her friends at this point. She melts the daggum harnesses off,
After her
which
and Charles have a conversation in their mind palace. Yep.
Sorry, man. Just it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. I
It's
mean,
what it
Sherlock did it. Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes, the BBC version, awesome.
That's what I call that when I see, like, anything in a movie where, like, they're having a conversation in the mind.
That's just so. I mean, like, I really feel like they gave up, and I know they reshot the ending completely.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that reshoot occurred. Like you just said, they reshot the train sequence, right?
Yeah, it
Because it's
was
supposed to be in
because
space.
it was, like, the finale was supposed to take place in space, and then a year before it was supposed to come out, Captain Marvel came out, and they were like, "Oh, whoops."
I mean, like, the ending of this movie is the perfect reason to hate this movie. It's just
Like, it's
kind of
just
like,
the perfect
oh, we
fart
got to
in the
end this.
wind to the end of the Fox X-Men.
Yeah. She decides to
Sneeze.
sneeze. Oh my gosh. She decides she's gonna end everything and kill herself, I guess.
Yeah.
Which you know, like you see her in the end scene flying in space as the Phoenix. I don't get all that. I will tell you this: the last scene of this, and again, like you said, either before we started recording all this or the beginning, it's just a never-ending thing of, oh, Charles and Eric hate each other. At the end of it, they're
Yeah.
best friends. Here we are again. But I will say, like, man, I wish this entire movie was nothing but those two guys,
Yeah.
those two actors. Like, incredible. I watched that last scene and was hooked. And I was like, man, this is awesome. Why couldn't this movie have been this way the whole way? Just,
But even with those two trying like they are, like, as actors, I even think they're done with this. Like,
oh, yeah. Yeah. Fassbender, especially. Like, he didn't write it in. He tried his best. He did everything. But
because he had
there are definitely some moments of, like, dude, screw this.
a string of stinkers there for a little while.
Which, man, I don't, I don't get it.
I don't
He's one
either.
of the best. I think he's one of the greatest actors ever.
Yeah, but there was, like, the snowman. Um,
Oh, I forgot about Snowman. Do
yeah,
not
he
say let's watch that, man.
he played a character
Assassin's
called
Creed was in there too.
yeah. That's on my
I forgot
list.
he did that.
That's on my list. There's some things I like about that movie.
I've never seen it, so I'm down.
It's okay.
What I mean, like
Um,
he did. I didn't. No, I did watch Frank. Frank was good. He did Prometheus before that.
yeah, which that's not a
I don't
bad
know.
movie.
I just, 300 started him, but I see
He
him
was
in
an
Glorious Bastards.
Alien Covenant is worth watching for the
Oh,
where he acts against himself. That movie's worth watching for that scene.
I'm pulling it up. What he's doing now because I'm curious, and
He teaches himself how to play the flute.
he's doing Kung Fury 2,
Yeah, that's coming out
and
this year or next year.
I think this year. God, that's kind of depressing to see. Eh. That guy's too handsome to not do something cool. But
But
yeah, this movie said at the beginning, three things make this: McAvoy, Fassbender, Zimmer.
yep,
And I will say, like, it's Zimmer's. It's probably like top 4 for me of his works, but it doesn't fit the movie.
No.
His music makes you antsy the whole movie,
Yeah.
and not a lot happens.
Which
So,
what was that? What was the movie where it's like he was credited, but like they just used his music. He didn't compose anything original
um,
for what movie? It was the one we talked about. Was it Mission Impossible?
yeah, Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
He did it. He's credited and everything, but it's like at a lower level
Yeah.
than all his other stuff because like a lot of other musicians did it. But yeah, he did Mission Impossible 2, which Limp Bizkit, baby. Yeah, that's not Limp Bizkit. I don't know why that's the voice. That was Get Down with the Sickness, I guess. But
Well,
I
Papa Roach, I think it is.
tear my heart open just to find.
But that
It sucks, man. To
yeah,
me, it sucks they ended this thing with this.
it
Like, you
sucks
should have
that
let it die the one before.
yeah, you should have let it stop right there at Logan, where she's tell you a story about the night I went and saw that movie with some friends. We got like I remember had to get in the second row because the theater was full that night, and there were some teenagers right in front of us in the front row. And during the funeral scene for Professor Xavier, a little prick in front of me starts laughing.
Yeah.
And I say, "Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no."
Boy, you don't make fun of bald people.
Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart have been those characters since I was in the 5th grade.
Which, look,
You
man,
don't laugh.
Patrick Stewart, 100%. Hugh Jackman, I think he's fantastic. I don't think he's Wolverine, but when I think Wolverine, that's what I see. I see Hugh Jackman.
I was about to say, like, when you think Wolverine now, you think
I think he's supposed to be shorter and Canadian.
Hugh Jackman. He is. He's like, in the comics, he's like literally 5 foot.
Hey, dead serious question. I know it's X-Men related. Who do you think is going to play him?
Oh my God.
I know who's supposed to be up for grabs, but
you remember the guy on Raised by Wolves with the mullet?
Yep.
I think he would make a great Wolverine.
You ever watch the show Letterkenny?
No.
Okay, there's this comedian. Wow, there's this Canadian TV show. It's on Hulu called Letterkenny. It's a show about nothing. It's nothing but slang, but there's a main character on there that they did a petition for him to be it. I was about to say, I will send you a link to it. I'll let you want to look it up. His name is what is his actual name? Jared Queso is his name. He plays Wayne in it.
Okay.
There was a petition of he would be the perfect Wolverine. He's Canadian. He's short. And it made sense. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, no one knows who this guy is. But I think Daniel Radcliffe's going to get it.
I could see that.
And I'm kind of okay with it.
My only thing is I don't see him doing another franchise thing again unless he really wants to.
Yeah, I gotta hate it for that guy, man. Like, he's a good actor. I really think he's an incredibly good actor.
Yeah, he got pushed into spotlight when he was 12. Like,
yeah,
I don't envy him at all.
It'll be interesting, man. I did not like this movie. I'm kind of done with X-Men.
Yeah.
But I also love X-Men. I mean, they're my favorite. Apart from Spider-Man, it's like Spider-Man and X-Men. So I'm kind of excited. Like, where are you going to go with stuff, man? Just give me the yellow suit.
But that's the end of our discussion of Dark Phoenix and the conclusion of the Fox X-Men franchise.
Rest in peace, boys.
Yeah, just a solid 5 out of 10. Just a very middle of the road movie.
I'd give it like a 3.
Yeah.
3, 1 point for McAvoy, Fassbender, and then 1 for Zimmer. Everything else sucks.
if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around and sitting through our nonsense. Since you've done that, leave a review wherever you can. Rate us, find us, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You can also send suggestions to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media on just Instagram, really, at Second Take Movies. Jake, thanks for stopping by again.
Hey, man. Happy to stop by. Hated this, but boy, it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're going to leave a review and you think I'm, a bigot or a racist, you just call it out. That's great. Let me know so I can correct my behavior.
At least you're willing to do that. For Jake, I'm going to say we will see y'all next week.